Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. What's up?
So, can you introduce yourself to us?
My name is Hotseat Hange and I am from Botswana. I'm a
Botswana.
student and an author. And a content creator as well, yeah.
Cool, cool, cool. How long have you been in China?
About 4 years and maybe 2 months.
4 years, 2 months.
Yeah.
And do you like it here in China or
I don't know, it depends.
on what?
Yeah, sometimes I like it and sometimes I don't. But for the most part, I feel like I was somewhat supposed to be in China for self-development reasons, so I don't mind being in China, but I actually don't like living in China.
So, you don't like living in China?
Yeah, but I feel like I was supposed to be in China to learn some lessons in a way, so it's okay.
Okay, cool.
Oh, Lord.
So, right now, are you in a relationship or not?
I prefer not to say.
Alright, you are kind of low key, that's all. So, you prefer your relationship to be like low key, those kind of stuff.
I prefer not to say.
Alright, but can you at least tell us like what's the kind of person that you will like to date, those kind of things?
My type,
Yeah.
tall, dark, and handsome. I mean, everybody's typical type. And I love, beard, of course. And I love kind people, supportive. And what else? Yeah, I think it's mostly that.
Good. And but you have been dating in China at least, right?
Yeah, it's in the Yomi dust.
So like what can you tell us about like your dating experience in China?
What do you want to know about my dating experience stuff? But I mean, it's been good and bad. Overall, I'll say that, oof, Jesus Christ. It was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot.
So if you can describe like dating life in China like in 3 words, what will you say?
Hectic. I'm not sure if you understand that, but it's like pandemic. It's like a whole other pandemic on its own. It's hectic. It's tough. Chai.
Good. But from all of that, from your dating experience and all of that, you learn at least something from it, right? And like what did you learn and what can you share with us tonight about it?
I learned that, I think dating in China is somewhat short-lived, so you have to face reality. Like, just take dating in China for what it is. For the most part, it's short-lived, and you just have to enjoy the moment. And if it ends, it ends. If it doesn't, it does not. Because there are people who actually make their relationships work beyond China. So, yeah, just take it for what it is.
We also know about you that you have a book.
Yeah.
Right? You wrote a book, and I'm sure many of us we read the book. And then, what can you say about your book?
What can I say about my book?
Yeah, like what inspired you to write the book and stuff?
I think it's one of my greatest accomplishments ever. For the most part, I mean, I've accomplished some things in life, and people are like, "Oh my goodness, that is so nice," and stuff like that. And I'm just like, "No, it's nothing." But it's one of those things that I just look back and I'm just like, "Wow, I can't believe that I did that." Because when I wrote it, it came from a place of, I was in a very dark place. I was depressed, and I just can't believe that something so painful turned into something so beautiful. So, yeah.
So you're really proud of it, of your book and
A
stuff.
lot.
Yeah. So, like, did you sell your book internationally or only in China?
Internationally, it's there on Amazon. Oh, the title is Self Love is up there with Oxygen, by the way. Yeah, it's there on Amazon, and I also sell hard copies.
Cool. And what can you tell us about like your own personality, about you yourself?
My personality.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something very crazy. I mean, some people don't believe in it, like the zodiac signs and stuff like that. I'm a Gemini. I think I'm a typical Gemini in the sense that I have multiple personalities. Sometimes I'm loud, sometimes I'm calm, sometimes I'm outspoken, sometimes I just don't want to talk to people. So I think I have multiple personalities. I'm introverted and extroverted at the same time. I'm somewhere in the middle. Yeah, there's a whole gray area to my personality.
What can you say that is toxic about you? Like, what do you find
Ooh,
toxic about yourself?
Lord, I speak my mind. And not a lot of people can take straight shooters, you know. And also, well, just one thing, or you want many things? Because there's a lot.
No, you can share
I think I'm
whatever you want to share.
sensitive. I'm overly sensitive, and some people don't know how to handle that. Yeah, and confrontational.
Do you consider yourself like a wife materials or nah?
Normally, it should be white material. Yes! Yeah, I think, wait. I actually don't believe that there's such thing as wife material because I feel like there's someone for everyone and there is no one size fits all. We can't say that there's one definite definition of a wife material. What's wife material to you may not be wife material for another person. So I think I'm someone's wife material out there. Yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think about? What can you tell us about like feminism? You know, you're a woman and
Oh,
we want
Jesus
to have
Christ. There we go again. I'm not big on labels, you know. Yeah, I can't properly wrap my head around the whole concept of feminism because I feel like when it first started, the intentions were pure. It was about equal pay, equal rights, equal opportunities, and stuff like that. But now I feel like it's somewhat getting out of hand, you know, and I feel like people do certain things to, like, in the name of feminism, and I'm just like frowning upon it. But at the end of the day, I think I'm more human, you know. I believe in just treating a person as a human being before the gender, like, oh, the male, the female, whatever. I'm just going to treat you with respect because you're a human being, not because you're a guy or because you're a girl.
right.
Yeah.
And like, if we come down to the level of China, only China, what do you think about like foreigner, like interaction amongst foreigner in China? What do you think about it? Like, how is it? How is it for you and stuff?
I've met a lot of characters. I've met a lot of characters, but I think my highlight of being in China was when I first came to China. And there were people that I just met, African, and they were quite generous, you know, and they didn't even want anything from me. I was just like, wow, this is so nice. We don't get to see this quite often. I feel like there's that spirit of Ubuntu in a way until it gets to dating. That's where it's messed up. But in terms of friendship level, I think it's quite good. People are nice and generous and caring.
Right now, we live in Wuhan, right? But have you visited any other city in China?
Yes, I have.
And
Don't ask me which ones. No.
I just want to ask, like, what was your favorite city that you visited?
My favorite city was Bodie.
Body. Oh.
Yes.
What is there in Body? Because I want to go to
There's a
Body.
martini.
Oh. Do you plan to go back to Beijing?
Of course.
Right.
This is personal at this point.
4 years in China, and if you meet yourself, like when you just came to China, if you meet that Uzapi right now, what will you say to her?
I think this is something that somebody asked me like a couple of days ago, and I'm going to say it again. Like, at the end of the day, life happens for you. Like, you could be going through whatever, but it's happening for you. Like, whatever that's happening, it's for your own good. Whether it's good or bad, it's for your own good. Is it that you learn something from it, or yeah, you just learn something from it. There's no such thing as failure or whatever. So life happens for you.
Describe your experience, like in general. It's about dating, friendship. You're a student, right? Like school. How can you describe it, like the finish? How can you describe all of that?
Fascinating. Yeah, like overwhelming as well. Not fascinating in a good way or in a bad way. It's just like, wow. Because it's there's certain things that I just never experienced back home that I experienced here, and I'm just like, wow, I can't believe this is actually real. Because these are things that we like read about or see in the movies and stuff like that. So it's just like overwhelming, fascinating. Yes.
So thank you, Zappy, to reply our question, and you can follow her on Instagram, WeChat channel, and YouTube also, right?
Yes.
And YouTube.
By the way, I had so much fun filming this, even though it was hot here. So if you want to be a part of this hot seat, is it hot seat? Yeah, yeah. Please make sure that you message Haaho events on Instagram or WeChat. Yeah, just see you on the next video. Chai.